Hello and welcome back to another episode of Monday Moments where I share tips, tricks, and helpful hints. I'm Sean with Manly Made Minute. So today we're going to talk about our elements on our cards, all right? So many of us cut out things like these. So if you gut your backgrounds, it's called, where you cut out the middle and then you use your black mat for the background of your card, but you have the middle that you've cut out for elements like this. I go in phases where I do it, I stock up, then I don't do it for a while, and then I do it again. So it just depends on my mood of just sitting and cranking out, stuff on the die cut machine and get prepped out some backgrounds and prep up some elements. So this was made from the background of a card. So I had the green background, I cut the middle out and kept this as an element. I have envelopes and envelopes and envelopes of them. I label them of what sizes are in there. And this is everything I've gutted from either my backgrounds or my scraps, all right? Now, and then we'll just usually put another little white piece on top of this as a little element with a sentiment, a little floral or something, pop it on a card. We also have scraps of background. So this I cut out of a scrap background. This is where I was testing my new Tim Holtz Distress Spritz, just seeing what the color turned out, what the shimmer was going to be like, so I was testing it. So I cut it out on with a die cut for the purpose of today's video. Because this is one that I could layer over top of one of my mats, right? What about just adding a little extra something to these? Then add your floral and your sentiments and things over the top. Rather than just having a flat background, let's get out some embossing folders and let's just see what it'll turn out like. So let's head on down to my down cam. Before we go through the process, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you follow me here on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram at Manly Made Minute. Tons of card postings, couple card hops, everything I post gets put up on there as well. So would love to have you. Let's head down and let's just get some embossing done. All right, so I'm going to use this Sizzix. This one is called the Summer Foliage Embossing Folder. And because I had this green, I thought let's just do some greenery on here. So pop this into an embossing folder. Make sure that you've got the bumpy side up and it presses up into the colored side. This happened to be black on the other side, but my stitching is on this side. I'm just going to pop that in there, not lining up anything, because wherever it embosses, it embosses. This is a 3D one, so I had to set my settings accordingly on my Big Shot here. I always struggle with my settings, and I can't ever figure things out. But anyway, run this through and look it. You've got a beautiful, now it did crack a little bit, it looks like, but that's okay. Beautiful background. Now you're going to fill most of this, right, if you put a white layer on top of here, but you'll have that around the edge. Just add that little extra bit of texture. Add that little bit of extra. So let's just try it with one that would be on the front side. So if this was the same, one size smaller, I'd have this layered on the front side, right? Then I'm going to put a floral on here, or, die cut a floral and put something on there with a sentiment or something. Let's just try, since this is kind of a funky, shiny, kind of funky color. I got out, haven't tried this folder yet actually. This is the Simon Says Stamps Refracted Embossing Folder. You can kind of see here, kind of a funky geometric on it. It is a thicker one again, so it should be these same settings. Now I want to make sure my bumpy side is up, and then it's pressing up into my front of my card, like so. Might crack on this one too a little bit because of that spritz, but we'll see. And I haven't actually used this folder yet. Wow, look at that. And now with that spritz, look at that shine refract off of all those bumps and edges and stuff of this folder. So you can kind of see, there we go, my light on the side here. This just adds a little something, right? Now I could glue some florals around here or another element around here and pop this on top of my card. So this is just another way to stretch those supplies. I'm one who personally likes a lot of texture on my cards, the feeling of texture, the elements of texture, and so this is just another way that I could add a little extra something rather than having just a nice little flat element and pop something on it, right? So from the front side you can see it just jazzes your little pieces up just a tiny little bit. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Hopefully this just gives you another little something you can add on the top for some layers and texture of your cards. So thank you so much for hanging with me today. And until next time, I'll see you then.